Yes, people, what is going down? We are live. I do apologise about that. I'm literally trying to find like a good little camera angle. Um, and it's proving not so well at the moment. Where you'll see the mixer. I always struggle with camera angles in this room. I don't know if this is even the best place either. Now we've switched the camera around. Do bear with me on this one. Starting to wish I hadn't done this now. Oh dear. I might just do it like this actually. Let me rotate the camera again. Okay, so welcome back to another live. Today I'm giving you a little bit of a sort of review, stroke thoughts on the Behringer Djx750. So for those of you who may or may not know, just under a week ago, I received this mixer in the post after winning it on a bidding war. I needed some kind of upgrade to what I was using before that, and I've sort of had a week of using it, a week of getting used to it, and I'm going to share my thoughts with you, sort of what I think of the mixer, and just essentially what I like about it, what I don't like about it, and stuff like that. So yeah, so after using this thing for just under a week now, I've absolutely really enjoyed using it. There's some features that I just absolutely love, and it's an amazing mixer in itself. And there's just so many great things that I do love about it. But there is a few things that I'm not too keen about as well. But we'll go over the good things first. So it's 4 channel, just like my other mixer was, but this one just does a little bit more than what my other one did. So the channel faders, for me, they're really nice to use actually. When you're going up and down during a mix, they feel really good. And when you're chopping in and out of tunes, like, because I mix a lot of bounce and donk, and I also mix hardcore as well. I am quite often sort of up and down on the faders a bit when I'm within the mix. It's not really like doing them slow transitions that you do in, say, like a house mix or even like a trance mix. So I am up and down on these faders quite a lot, and it's really nice to use. The only one thing I would say is they are perhaps a little bit loose, like they feel real light, which is good in some sense because you can really go down on them. But the only bad thing is what I'd say is when you're, because I have one of my decks on the 4th channel, so sometimes heavy knocking, heavy lifting, up and down. Sometimes you're just deep within the mix, and then boom, you do just happen to knock the master down, which is a little bit, because the master as well in itself, the fader itself, it is really loose, so you can move them really easily. So sometimes when you're up and down, you do just sometimes, you knock the master, and next minute, the whole volume has gone down. The lows, mids, and the highs themselves, again, they are really nice to use. But I'd say my only real issue with them is that they are a little bit, again, they feel a bit loose. So like it's sort of almost like you can just easily knock them like that, and they don't feel necessarily tight. So it's quite hard sometimes to position that where you want that. Sometimes that 9 o'clock, you move them down, and they can be quite easy to move. And it's not necessarily a horrible thing, but I do prefer them when they are just a little bit tighter and they feel a little bit more sturdy. These do just feel a little bit loose and a little bit like, you can just knock them really easily. And sometimes when you don't want to knock them, you do end up knocking them. And that's sometimes a little bit of a pain and an issue, but it's nothing that puts me off the mixer. I still love the mixer. It's just I wish they'd be like that tiny bit tighter if I'm going to be, completely honest and truthful. The main crossfader itself, Again, feels really nice. I don't use it too much because I'm up and down on these instead, which is quite good. You've got all these highs, mids, and lows again. And I don't really know what these do. All I really know is when you've got a track playing, it'll like, if you put all these on, it'll really like drown the sound out. It'll get rid of like the mids. It's kind of, I suppose, in a way like what these do, but just by pressing a button in itself. So I've never really properly like gotten into trying them. Not really sure what they do. Obviously, these assign the crossfader to what channels you want. So I have got them assigned to these two decks. Like I say, I just don't use it too much. I might have a go at using it. Who knows? We've got a master. Oh, hang on. We've got master, so you can turn that on. So the master comes through the headphones. These again, you know, queuing up the headphones. So all these that are lit up, you can hear them channels through the headphones. And we've got the headphone dials. Now, one thing I do like, and this is what I liked about my old mixer, is the position of where you plug the headphones in. I do prefer them when they're up here, as opposed to down there. Sometimes on some mixers you get the headphone port down there, and they do feel really nice. This knob here and this knob actually feels a lot more tighter than this one. These feel a lot more looser. This one actually feels nice. If this was like all of these, then this mixer would just be so much more better. And again, with this one as well, feels a little bit loose, but this one just feels nice and tight. Now, I don't know, I mean, I bought this second hand, so I don't know if these have just got looser over time, but this one just feels so nice, and if these felt the same, they'd be so good. As far as the microphone port goes, I've not actually tested a mic yet because my mic leader's actually broke, so I've never got round to testing the mic yet. I'm still sort of looking to do that and stuff like that. And then if we move on over to this side, this is all like beat counts and God knows what it does. And the effects is really weird. This was actually one of the reasons why I bought this mixer, because it was going cheap. And I thought, oh, you know what, it's got effects on it. And the way you program the effects are just so different to how you do it, say, on the Pioneer mixer. And I'm a little bit disappointed with the effects, to be honest. They're not as good as I thought they was going to be. But however, I still enjoy them, and you can get some decent effects out of them. It's just the whole way you assign the effects in themselves is just a really weird sort of like way to do it. You got to kind of like twist this, and then you hold it down, and then you can tap it, and it'll do sort of a few different things. But I just don't really fully understand it. So the effects, they've definitely blagged my mind. Because when I first got them, I was tapping this and twisting that, and nothing was happening. And I'm thinking, hang on a minute, what's going on here? I can't hear out, and I had to sort of look sort of into a video, sort of how do you get these effects going. You know, so it was a little bit of a tough one in that situation, and I was a little bit like, oh man, it's not too good. But other than that, the rest of the mixer, I absolutely love it. Now, do I prefer it to my original mixer, my new Mark M6? Most definitely. The faders are a lot more better, even though they are a little bit loose, and it just feels better when you are going up and down on the fader. And everything, like the sound just feels like completely better in itself, and all of that stuff. And it just, all in all, feels like a bit more of a better quality mixer. Most definitely feels better in the quality wise. So we'll go and sit down. I might just actually, it feels quite dark. I might just actually, it might just be me, but it feels a bit dark, so I might just switch a light on. Put a light on the situation. Yeah, so the mixer itself, like I say, is absolutely fantastic. Again, there is a few things that I do just wish were better on them. But it doesn't put me off the mixer. It's not like I ain't going to use it because of these little issues. It's just little things like buttons are just, you know, like knobs could just do with being a little bit tighter, but it doesn't stop me from using them, doesn't put me off wanting to use them. It doesn't make me think I ain't going to use this mixer anymore because of this. You know, I love the mixer. I've really enjoyed using it. The effects side of things, you know, I have got them working. I just wish that there was a little bit more better. The process and how you assign the effects and how you get the effects to actually come through just feels like a little bit of a just a little bit of a stupid situation, really. You know, you've got to do just a load of stuff just to get one little effect that you're probably going to use for a couple of seconds in your mix and then take it back out. You know, there's too much sort of messing about. And there's no actual names of what the effects are. It's just numbers, and then you click one of the numbers and you hear like a sound. So it's really hard to kind of, you know, you don't know what effect you're putting on and if it's going to just absolutely scarp at your mix. You know, whereas like the Pioneers, they say like echo, flanger, roll. You know, so that is a little bit disappointing. I'm not gonna lie, that kind of has disappointed me a little bit in that sense, but nevertheless it's still a really good mixer. All the ports are solid on them, so plugging your wires in, it turns on like a dream, and it just feels a lot better in itself. It feels like I'm actually on a little bit of upgraded equipment, which is really good. As I did need that upgrade. You know, the mixer I have at the moment, you know, it was having a few issues. It was going wrong, and I felt like I was just lacking on things that I could do. I couldn't even record proper mixes on them because the mixer was just creating these little sort of like buzzing noises, and you know, the faders, you know, they were playing up, so sometimes they won't come like all the way up because the actual slider inside of them had got loose and was actually moving. And then also sometimes with a crossfader, you'd have the crossfader all the way across to the right and you could still hear the sound from the left. And sometimes you'll be queuing a track up from the left and the people out loud can actually hear it. So it's nice to be on something where I can actually get mixes recorded, where I can actually just get some things happening. So I'm actually buzzed in that sense, and I'm looking forward to doing some more mixes, most definitely. It's great that now that I can get recording, so that's really good. And would I recommend this mixer for people? Most definitely. The way I see it is, it's a great like upgrade. So if you've just started out as a DJ and you've sort of starting to get to grips with it and you feel a little bit like you're picking it up, and you do just want to move up to something that's just a little bit more better. It's got that little bit more better build quality. It's got them better features, and you know, you just feel like, you know, I can DJ a little bit better now. So it's time to, you know, it's time to move up to something. But you haven't obviously got the cash funds. You know, you haven't got the budget to, you know, buy like a brand new 800 quid Pioneer mixer. So you kind of obviously, you know, this is a great thing. They go quite cheap. They go anywhere from ranging up from like 100 quid or up to 200 quid. Sometimes maybe just ever so slightly over 200 quid. But you know, it's not bad really for, you know, for what you're getting. You're getting a proper solid 4-channel mixer with effects. You know, the effects could be a little bit better, but you're still getting effects which, you know, you don't get on the Numark M6 4-channel mixer. I suppose the only one thing I am a little bit gutted about, but it doesn't really affect me too much, but there's only one mic port on the Behringer Djx750. So on my Numark M6 there was actually 2 microphone ports. So you'd have your XLR on the top, and then at the back you'd have your normal phono jack, you know, which you don't get on this. You only get that one XLR cable on the top, which is a little bit gutting. I'm not gonna lie, it is most definitely a little bit gutting. However, it's just one of them things, isn't it? They don't have it, but I suppose in some sense, you're getting something. You're getting another feature on the Behringer mixer. You're getting another feature that in some sense makes up maybe for not having that extra. For not having that extra, that extra microphone port. Sorry. So there you go. That is really going to do it. That is really all I want to say. It was just kind of an update after using the mixer for about a week. That was kind of the idea. Was to obviously, after using it for about a year, for about a week, sorry, not a year. Just what did I think of it after that year's use? Do I like it? Do I hate it? Just letting you guys know. So make sure to like, make sure to comment, make sure to share, and we'll see you all next time. Peace out. Oh, boom.